New Testament reading comes from Luke chapter 21. When some were speaking about the temple, how it was adorned with beautiful stones and gifts dedicated to God, he said, "As for these things that you see, the days will come when not one stone will be left upon another. All will be thrown down." They asked him, "Teacher, when will this be? What will be the sign that this is about to take place?" And he said, "Beware that you are not led astray. For many will come in my name and say, 'I am he,' and the time is near. Do not go after them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified. For these things must take place first, but the end will not follow immediately." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes, and in various places famines and plagues, and there will be dreadful portents and great signs from heaven. But before all this occurs, they will arrest you and persecute you. They will hand you over to synagogues and prisons, and you will be brought before kings and governors because of my name. This will give you an opportunity to testify. So make up your minds not to prepare your defense in advance, for I will give you words and a wisdom that none of your opponents will be able to withstand or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents and brothers, by relatives and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair of your head will perish. By your endurance, you will gain your souls." All in one week. That's what I should have called this sermon. What a week, huh? From the highs of the Cubbies to the lows of the, whatever you want to call it, that just happened last Tuesday. What a mess. It's funny, you've got Isaiah in this text saying, "We're going to make Israel great again." You got somebody else saying, "We're going to make America great again." What is greatness? Who defines it? Who says what is great? What do you mean become great again? I mean, we're not great right now. What are we going back to? Is it the days of old that we hearken to and we wish we had the good old days when what? When the world was at war? When people were suffering from complications of Agent Orange? When we had thalidomide babies? When we had what? What are the good old days? Right? Iran-Contra hearings? I don't know. I don't know what the good old days are. I'm not really sure. Maybe when we were at threat with going to nuclear war with the Soviet Union, and kids were practicing drills going into fallout shelters and hiding under their desks. Were those the good old days? Is that what we're talking about? Because I'm trying to figure it out. I sure as heck don't know what it means. So to say we're going to go back to being great again makes no sense to me, whatever. I'm all about greatness. I'm all about achieving and becoming the very best that we can be as a people, as individuals, as a nation, but I don't know what it means to become great again. The Cubs became great again. It took them 108 years. But here we are, apparently, trying to become something that we don't even know what it is. Something that's completely undefined. Something that's just become a slogan or a mantra for people to rally behind. To say, let's be great again. But nobody knows what the heck that means. So in this time where a lot of people are very concerned, a lot of people are very scared, we look at this text from Isaiah, and we think, isn't God in control? Didn't God say that I sent you people into exile? I rose up the Babylonians to punish you, O Israelites, for worshiping false gods and idols. So if you want to get out of this, here's how we're going to achieve greatness again. So doesn't that mean that God is to blame, or thanks, depending on which side of the aisle you're on, for the election results? I don't think so. Doesn't make any sense to me. So all I can think of is when I look out and see everybody kind of getting all hyped up, right? There's a lot of tension in the air. There's people talking about revolt and insurrection. Some people are silently protesting. Some people are flipping cars and burning things, okay? So, you know what? That's fine. You want to elect somebody like that as president? We're going to fight. We're going to kick him in the teeth. We're going to show him who's boss. We're going to show him that his views and ideologies are wrong. We're going to show him what's right. And he's going to learn by force that that's how he has to learn, and we're going to do it. No, you know what? Even better yet, we're going to do something more. Talk about shock and awe. You want to see something radical? You know what we're going to do? We're going to love him. We're going to pray for him. We're going to ask God to give him a heart of compassion, a heart of love. We're going to ask for healing for this nation. We're going to do what Jesus taught us to do. We're going to look at our president-elect as if he were our father, or our brother, or our son, and think of the grace that Jesus taught us to have. And we will keep on praying. We will keep on praying that his heart will be changed. We will keep our fingers crossed that all of the vitriol and rhetoric was just that, just things to get elected. We're going to hope that he does have a warm heart, or at least that he can find one. And that in that, in our coming together, not out of hatred or anger, but coming together out of love and a joint vision for peace, there, we're going to find greatness. I'm sure we've had moments in our history when we had greatness, but to become great again must connote that it happened before. Maybe it did. But the world's going to see it now. The world is going to see the result of people coming together for the right reasons. Oh yes, we're going to fight, but we're not going to fight people. We're not going to fight an individual. We're going to fight ideologies. We're going to fight the misogyny, the sexism, the homophobia, the xenophobia that brought us to where we're at, that allows people to say the hateful things that they do. That's what we're going to fight. We're going to reach into people's hearts, teach them, and help them to be transformed. Not because we're right and they're wrong. It's the type of thinking that got us here. Because we're going to be humble too. We're going to look at fellows as brothers and sisters and say, you know what? We all screw up, but we're going to figure this thing out together, and that's the key. Together. We're going to reach across the aisle. We're going to reach across the states. However you want to look at that symbolism, and we're going to do something. And it's going to be radical, and it's going to be crazy, but it's not what people are going to expect. It's going to be the right kind of fight for the right cause. So I want to say to our Mr. President-elect, and look in the camera and say, thank you for growing our church. That's exactly what's going to happen. Because as we come together, we're going to find one passion that we are excited about, that we're united on. Because there are so many people outside of our walls that are going to need a safe place. This pin, a safety pin, beautiful and wonderful idea. The idea that somebody could see a simple symbol and realize that in you, they have a safe person to talk to, a safe person to be around. They'll know that the people from Christ Church out in the community are people who will not look at you because you're wearing a hijab and wonder if you're hiding something under your burqa. We're not going to wonder if you're a terrorist. We're not going to look at you with suspicion and think that you're trying to do something that you shouldn't be doing. We're not going to give you trouble because of your religion and your doctrines and what you believe and what you teach your children. No, we're going to teach you and reassure you that you're safe here regardless. We're not going to lash out against people who believe in different political ideologies than us. No. We're going to learn from them. And hopefully they'll learn something from us, and hopefully we have something to teach. But we're going to learn together. We're going to look out at our LGBTQ friends and brothers and sisters, and we're going to reassure them, you don't have to worry about a voice of judgment telling you you're going to hell or that something bad is going to happen to you. No, you're going to know that you are welcome here no matter who you are. Just like the choir sang when they came in this morning. No matter who you are welcome. And as a result, people are going to see that this is a safe place to come. This is a place of love. This is a place of peace and harmony And the people will come because they are going to need it, and by God we are going to provide it. Because that is who we are called to be. And as we do, just watch. Just watch this love revolution, if you will. Our pews will be full. Not because we just want bodies in the pews, not because we want the what do they call them, giving units. Right? They'll be here because the more of us gather and united for the same good cause, the better for the sake of the world and our community. That is what's going to happen. That is what's going to fulfill these pews, and that's what's going to make a difference outside in our community. So while everybody's talking about wars and rumors of wars and kingdoms and nations rising up against each other, yep, it might happen. It probably will, unfortunately. And when you get this idea that some of you will be persecuted and killed in my name, and I love this in this Luke passage, some of you will be persecuted and killed for my name, and then 2 lines later he says, but not a hair on your heads will be harmed. Now you just said, we'll get killed. I don't get it. But nonetheless, the message in the end is the same. Chillax. Everything is not as bad as it seems. We're letting ourselves get so excited. Look at all the people who let their amygdalas kick in, right? We got into fight or flight response, and we put up our hackles and put up our dukes and got ready to fight. But if we can move it up to the frontal cortex and start being reasonable and start thinking, well, maybe this isn't as bad as we think it is. Let's be creative. Let's use this as an opportunity to birth new beginnings, new hopes. Because it's never that hope is born except when it comes out of the ashes. So this is the time. This is the time to chillax. This is the time to smile. But this is the time to create, to build, to love, to unite, and remind everybody that this is a safe place. And it always will be. Amen. So as most